What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
Mike.
And I'm Brock. And today we're going to do some current events as we discuss the Filsinger Games Holiday Kickoff cards, Sectarian, the Barbarian, and Ivan Koloff.
The cards even made it to Canada.
Ooh.
I was excited to see these cards, though.
Yeah, I love that even the virtual cons now, you get giveaway cards. It really just makes it worth doing.
Yep.
I was not able to participate this past time, but I still bought a ticket because 2 exclusive cards, why not?
Yeah, I also was not able to. We had a family over, and they're from out of town, so it's not like, hey guys, I have to go.
Gotta go watch people talk about a wrestling card
game. Talk to people about wrestling.
They came bundled with the Promoter Madness cards, or not Promoter Madness, Promoter Prime cards. For me, at least. If you're a subscriber to that. Also recommend subscribing to that if you don't. Get new cards quarterly for all the different lines, which is kind of cool. Always something new.
How much does that run?
I'm not sure. It was like 56, I think, for the physical.
For the year?
Yeah, I think. Don't quote me on that. I paid for it almost a year ago, so.
It's neat when I saw the Sectarian, because he's one of the last guys I'd ever thought would get a bonus card.
Right?
Because it'd be almost 20 years ago when I asked Tom, hey, can I make a specialty card for Sectarian? And he was like, yeah, go nuts, because he hated that character so much he only had him in the game 3 years. That's when I made Sectarian go through a Transevolver and come out as Furious George.
I should have dug that card out.
And I wish I would have kept it because I gave all my cards away.
Oh yeah?
I think
I'll find it. I'll get you a copy somehow.
I think I made like 25 copies and they all went. So it's kind of funny, but we'll start off with Sectarian here.
Okay. Here he is.
Yeah.
We both have one.
This is a Cronus Sectarian.
Okay. So he's pretty powerful. So he's already been power creeped.
Yeah, so no need to power creep a. Now we did power creep. No, we haven't even got to Sectarian yet. So we know how we'll power creep him. We'll just say this card.
This card right here.
Now Rob Bobian, who created the card, did come up with an original finisher.
I love this idea.
Yeah. You roll 2 dice, and the higher of the 2 numbers is a finisher rating.
So you got 2 chances at his +6 finisher.
Yeah. I want to use him, but I know he'd dominate.
Yeah, Cronus you kind of have to do as its own separate thing because the cards are very powerful. I love them, but they don't play well with others, I don't think.
No, he's not too bad because he does have a down.
Yeah.
I don't play with add ones. I play with them, but you can only use it once in a match.
Okay, yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, and he does have a turnbuckle C. So he, out of all the, now some of the Cronus guys, he's possible where you could use him. He'd be for me at least a +4 wrestler, so he'd be tough coming in. I was like, he'd be a great partner for the new Power Creeper.
He would. I got to get going on getting that printed. I got to send out the final edits to you guys. Keep forgetting about it.
And he's got a solid level 2 defense. His level 2 offense is average. There's nothing stand out on it. The level 2 defense with, he's got 3 comeback, but 2 of them are level 2s.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. But the down kind of counters it out a little bit.
Then he does have 2 downs and a pin, so 50-50 chance of keeping him down.
Mm-hmm.
But I really do want to use it. I'm thinking this would be fun to use, especially with the storyline to go with the power creeper when we release people, because it would work out well.
It would. It would. I'm looking forward to that.
And some of his moves are the same. Some are like gnaw on face, which is kind of he's got the barbarian shuffle and the gorilla press slam, which all work for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And he kept the mohawk.
He did. He's more humanoid now.
Yeah.
Than he was before. I might have. What year did Sectarian come out?
2093.
I probably have it here then.
I could be wrong on that. That's a shot in the dark for me.
Sectarian.
More than a few people called him Secretariat when he first came out.
There he is.
Was I right?
Oh, you were right. Here he is. A little more squat, I guess would be the best way to describe him.
On a side note here, I have a St. Louis Blues Boston Bruins game going on, and Ric Flair does a commercial with the St. Louis Blues.
Woo!
The car shield.
That's funny.
Yeah, so you got the old Sectarian in front of you.
Yes.
Does he compare well?
The Simeon Stunner has the same finisher. He had it twice on the original card, but it was a 0.
Yeah, it was a double finisher.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a lot of the other moves changed.
I thought Jungle Dive was one of his. Or was that
Yep, Jungle Dive was on level 1 at the 6th spot originally.
Okay.
It moved to level 3 on the new card. I think that's the only repeat. The Monkey Flip's on both.
Yeah, I thought the Monkey Flip was, if anybody should have a Monkey Flip.
Yeah, it should be this guy. This guy can Monkey Flip you forever, though, if he just got rolling. He could probably roll into a ball.
For some reason, he was one of those guys I just liked.
Yeah, he's cool. He's different. He's an alien. We need more aliens. I know I say that a lot.
Because the game needs more aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Would you use them in your current Fed?
My current Fed? Probably not. He's a little too tough for that. But a Cronus Fed is definitely something I would like to do if I had another couple hours in my day.
Yeah, I don't want to start a 7th Fed, so
right.
Don't do Cronus.
I can't. I have a hard enough time running the one that I run currently.
Yeah, we're not gonna, we're not gonna say, yeah, how would you upgrade him? Because we know Rob put a lot of work into this, and he
just came out.
Yeah, he just came out.
So we don't even know how he's going to do yet.
Yeah, he's a Cronus guy, so he's
tough. He's meant to be tough. Yeah, as far as like the Cronus guys, he's probably middle of the road.
Yep.
Definitely not too powerful where you couldn't use him in a standard Fed, looking at it. That finisher, though, that could be deadly.
Yeah.
It could also be horrible, too. You can roll 2 1s.
1 and a 2. Just But it's an interesting premise, and it's the first time it's been done. So hats off to Rob for that.
Yes, for sure. I love mechanics on finishers.
A new gimmick.
I love that kind of stuff. It's the way to go.
New gimmicks.
Yeah, just especially with the finisher. Instead of the standard, like, oh, if you roll 6, you miss.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Which I do a lot, but yeah, I definitely like this card. The art is great too. Warner Meek art.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like somebody you wouldn't want to mess with.
And it looks like he killed Bowser from Mario Brothers and he's wearing a shell.
It could be. He's got quite a bone collection there, actually.
Yeah. They're all little bones, so you got to wonder what he's been doing.
Yeah. Could have been all
Tiny,
one
tiny
guy.
little baby skull. Like,
Yeah. Well, he's a big guy. That could be a normal size skull.
he's only 6'2".
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Who did he kill?
He's carrying around a little baby and all his skulls and all his little bones.
It's probably just a Koopa Troopa.
Yeah. But we can slide it out to Mr. Ivan Koloff.
Here he is.
Uh,
Is that the WWF championship around his waist?
I think it could be. The man who beat the Bruno Man.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tim Dalton worked. He was the one who did this card. He worked on it.
Okay.
Growing up, I watched Ivan Koloff wrestle. I was into wrestling probably about 20 years before you.
Uh-huh.
And I watched him wrestle, but I never saw him at this peak.
Right. Obviously, I hadn't either.
By the time I was watching him, he was wrestling, NWA.
With Nikita.
This is even pre Nikita.
With fake Russian Barry
Whichever fake Russian guys. I think there was a mass one. I can't remember back that far. And then Nikita finally did come in and Crusher Darso, the turncoat.
Yes. That was the fake Russian I was referring to.
Oh, okay. Or who was it? He was Smash and Demolition.
Mm-hmm.
But Ivan, I've heard it. I've listened to an interview with Ivan, and very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, he wasn't really Russian.
Oh no, another fake Russian.
I honestly don't remember where he's from, and at some point I probably knew it, but
He's from Montreal.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought he was Canadian.
Yep.
And but he was one of these guys that he didn't have to do a lot to put himself over. He just looked like a naturally mean, tough guy, like in the mold of the Vachons.
Right.
Like he could have been the third Vachon brother, easy.
Oh yeah.
He could have been, Francois Vachon, and everyone would believe it. He had the same singlet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked just like them.
Yeah.
He's French Canadian. There you go.
And I do plan on using this card. I currently have Ivan in my Fed, in my Legends Fed, so this won't be used right away. It's going to be a year or two down the road.
Give him an upgrade.
He'll get the upgrade and the push.
Cool. Yeah, it's a solid card. The Legends team has been knocking it out with the signings and the guys they've been able to do. I'm having a hard time finding anybody that's left that they wouldn't be tied down to WWE or something like that.
Yeah, I've been working on a couple of the indie guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say who because
right,
just in case.
That's bad business.
Yeah, but I've been contacting some of the guys who I used to wrestle with that are on Impact now.
Okay.
And not Josh Alexander, because I know Josh has a card, and Josh is, in for a possible update.
Yeah, because his set's out of print, I believe.
So yeah, and Josh is easily one of the most improved guys.
Oh yeah, he definitely needs an upgrade. There's a lot of guys now that need upgrades,
Yeah,
which is a good thing because that keeps that line vibrant and
yeah. But you can't. It's a mix of, you got to keep, a couple upgrades along with new signings, because people always want the new wrestlers.
Yeah, you got to. I think you always want to aim for like a 75-25 split, like 75 new, 25 updates.
Yeah,
especially with the indie stuff.
Whether that update, with Josh, they could have done, a tag team update with him and Ethan Page. They were a great tag team.
Yeah.
They wrestled for years, probably about 8 years off and on as a tag team. They were Impact Tag Team Champions for a few times. And
yeah, he was in that Cleveland set, the AIW set, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That came out in the Cleveland.
Yeah, the first time I met them was at a PWA show I was wrestling on.
Okay.
I didn't know them. They didn't know me, Because when I said I used to wrestle in the States, I had a complete different gimmick and a persona, and I'd never give that up.
Right.
But Josh is one of these guys who got caught crossing the border because somebody ratted him out, and then he got banned from the U.S. for years.
It's a bummer.
Because wrestlers are a petty bunch. That guy's getting work. Want to bet?
Yeah.
And I know my name got put on a list because I'd have my card just randomly searched. And they never find anything. My car is randomly searched. Every 2 or 3 years, my car is randomly searched crossing the border. But that's a sidetrack, so we can get back to this card.
It's all good. It's relevant to the story.
Yeah. Now Ivan's got 2 finishers, which is good.
Yeah, the bear hug, the Russian bear hug. If you want to get technical, because wasn't he the Russian bear at this point in his career?
The Russian bear, Ivan Koloff.
Yeah.
Now, with 2 though, back then the bear hug was a viable finisher.
Yeah, it was. And if somebody built like this got you in a bear hug in the real world, you'd be in serious trouble.
Like, he's 300 pounds at 5 feet tall, and he's probably close to a legit 280.
He's a thick dude. And he has a top rope knee drop as a second finisher, which nobody was doing then.
No. And my favorite move on he also has a monkey flip.
You can make these guys a tag team.
But the sneaky choke with the singlet. You pull it off.
I like that. Yeah.
And then slide it back on. And he did that for a long time now. Now, when he became the tag team, that's when he switched over to the red.
Okay.
Singlet. So this is still his black.
Another fantastic piece of artwork from Warner.
And if you ever have it, Steve Austin on his podcast when it was going, he interviews him for a little over an hour.
Oh, cool!
And it's a great interview. And it's probably a few months before he died.
Yeah, because he died like 2017, 2018?
Something along that lines, yeah. So he passed away just before, and when I was wrestling in the States.
February 18th, 2017. So yeah, he lived to be pretty old. Liver cancer is what he
One of the other
from.
guys was talking, his parents came to the show. And his mom's like, "Who's that guy you brought over to our place? The old guy, with the accent, who he brought a traveling chessboard and liked to quote poetry." She goes, "He was such a nice man." And she goes, He goes, Mom, that was Ivan Koloff.
Nice.
So I just thought that was a neat little thing, you know. Yeah, he carried around a traveling chess set.
Did you ever play?
I've never played Ivan Koloff, but I've played chess.
I'm not any good at chess. People who are good at chess have a hard time playing against me, though, because everything I do makes no sense.
I am an average chess player. I have won matches and I have lost matches. I will not say I will beat anybody.
You could probably beat me. I don't know.
I used to play a lot, but not anymore.
Something I'd like to learn, honestly, just because it's played around the world. If you ever like wanted to, get online and play with somebody, it'd be kind of fun.
Oh, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also watched that show on Netflix.
Oh, my wife was into that, The Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, because part of that was filmed in Cambridge, my town.
Oh, nice.
The home she lives in growing up,
Mm-hmm.
with that couple who adopted her.
Yeah,
that's just around the corner from my friend's place. So they're walking by like, why are they painting that house?
that's cool.
And that's so that was the house that was filmed and was just in town.
Nice. What was the Netflix show that was filmed out here? I can't remember the name of it, but it was about the girl that had superpowers. Oh, that's gonna bug me. But anyway, it was filmed in my hometown.
Yeah, there's a current Richard Gere film being filmed in town. Richard Gere movie being filmed in
Nice.
town.
Nice.
And The Handmaid's Tale,
Mm-hmm.
that's filmed in town too. Actually, that's just up the street from me, like 2 minutes away. They filmed
Oh, yeah.
the house of the governors is all just up the street from me.
Funny.
But yeah, so this Ivan Koloff card, I do plan on using it. He's solid. I think he could capture a world title,
Yeah, I think so.
which is exactly what they were going for. He's if he can beat the Bruno man.
Yeah, the longest reigning championship in WWF history.
I was listening to an interview with Bruno, and he said when he lost the belt, it was like he was deaf because he had never stayed down for a 3 count. And he said, it was in total shock to him.
Wow.
So
To be that lucky.
Oh yeah, that had to be huge for Ivan just to be nominated as, hey, I'm the world champion now.
Yeah. How long did he hold on to it, I wonder?
I don't know. And the Bruno got it back and held on to it for like another 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I used to know a lot of wrestling stuff like this, but as I grew up, I cared less and less about certain aspects of wrestling.
Your brain can only handle so much information too. Like, I don't know if title reigns length would be. Yeah, I used to remember like every Royal Rumble, who came in number 1, who came in number 30, and who won. Now I couldn't even tell you who won this year's Royal Rumble. There's just not enough room in my brain for it anymore.
Yep.
Then
my daughter surprised me with some new chips yesterday. Magic Masala.
Ooh,
Indian flavored chips.
that sounds good.
I will open these at some point.
Eat them. And they're ruffled.
They're Lay's. Oh, I thought you were looking up Ivan's title reign.
I am.
Oh.
It's not as easy to find.
Well, I did finish off my Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
And then I got a Jedi Starfighter I'm going to work on next. And then my wife, I told her, hey, look on the Lego thing. I think she might got me the Star Wars Lego Advent calendar.
Nice. I picked that up. I picked it up for sure. He had a 21-day reign
And
as
did he
in the
lose it right
WWF.
back to Bruno?
He lost it to Pedro Morales.
Oh,
And then Bruno won it back from Stan Stasiak.
yeah. Pedro was the first guy to hold all three major titles. I remember that.
Yeah, the reign that Ivan ended was the one that was 2,803 days for Bruno, which is ridiculous.
You think you can hold out for another few months and hit that 3,000 mark?
Yeah, really. Couldn't have done that for him. Yeah, but Ivan Koloff had it for 21 days total.
I say I don't wrestle with enough legends. I really do want to get back into it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could run a Legends Fed or if I could just do like super cards, like that kind of thing, like dream matches and stuff like that.
Run a Ved like Josh and Jeff,
Yeah, something like that.
where it's just nothing but
Titles.
title matches.
Mm-hmm. Good work for a Legends Fed. Champion phase, new challenger.
I plan to do it. I plan to throw him in it. He's currently in it now, but I plan to throw in the updated card. One, because I want to use it.
Yeah. These color cards have been great.
And then for Christmas, I told my wife I'm going to order some sets. Just put them away for me for Christmas.
There you go.
Because she's not going to know.
No, neither would mine.
I say, yeah, it'll be a Christmas present. It'll come in. I'll just give it to you, and you just
you put it away. That's cool. Good stuff. Want to do a holiday special?
And well, we are coming up to our 1-year anniversary.
Yes. 52 weeks.
Our 1-year anniversary will be the start of 2092.
93, I think. We're not. Yeah, we're 92 now.
Okay, so 2093.
So Sectarian will be back.
Yep. Along
So
with my blue
that
card, so I know who did what.
There you go. Do you have blue cards for your legends?
No, I won't. I won't do that. I only have blue cards for GWF Legends. My Hollywood, I don't.
Okay. I wish I had something like a 10th as in depth as your blue cards.
that week 53, we're deciding, or we can just have a year in review.
I think that'd be fun. Some kind of maybe a couple guests, or we'll figure it out. It'll be fun.
We got some time to plan it out. So
yeah, we have about a month.
And if you had people out there have any suggestions, you can hit us up on the in the comments, or just PM either one of us.
Yeah,
since most people who watch this knows who we are.
Right. No, we're not fooling anybody.
But I did notice that our scan all the way back to our first show. And we are at 199 views of our first show.
By the time this drops, it'll be 200.
I don't know. It's been like that for about 3 weeks. But I'm sure 199 views. That's actually quite a bit for us.
It is. It's good. It's the worst produced episode. Yeah. Because we didn't know what we were doing. But we learned pretty quick.
Number two's got 99 views.
Yeah. So maybe the poorly produced first video turned off about 100 people.
But hey, I'm impressed that we got that many views.
Yeah, yeah, because you have to watch a pretty good majority of a video to count as a view. So,
yep,
it's good stuff.
We're at 104 subscribers, so our little show's actually grown by leaps and bounds.
It has, for sure.
We have a good mix of guests.
Mm-hmm. We have some more lined up.
Allow people to and the guests we do have, like Josh and Jeff said, they send us messages afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
They really enjoyed being on the show. They're like us. They just love talking about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're not always assigned. People will say, "Hey, can I be on for this character?"
Yeah,
and then they can't make it, and so we still want them on. So in the case of like Matt Dickendesher, he had two guys, Earthquake and someone else, where he knew nothing really about them, and
yeah,
just like, hey,
right.
or Jeff Manning when we gave him Reptilo and Mesmer.
We did that to him on purpose, though.
Two guys you just did not care about.
Jeff Manning, whoever that is. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button, which is right here-ish, and that like button, too. Give us a like if you enjoyed the content. Also, check out the links below to all of our friends who make Filsinger Games-related content. We have a list of podcasts. Roll Up from the Filsinger Games team, Uncharted Territory from the Legends team, the Filsinger Games fan podcast from Grant, Dizzy Dice from Lee Longpree, and then over on YouTube, where you're at right now, we have Solo Promoter from Grant. Dave Little runs a fed here on YouTube, and we have After Further Review. And then we also have a couple links to Twitch, and all our other socials are listed below. If you have any Filsinger Games related content and would like to be included in our description below, please just shoot one of us a message and we'd be happy to include you to share your content and get the word out for what you're working on, because the more people that get into this game, the more we can all enjoy it together.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Wales.
Wales?
I got friends on the 360 that I play with from Wales.
Well, there you go. I don't have any friends anywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 360, the one.
The one. The 360 was a while ago.
Yeah.
All right. Later, everybody. We'll see you.